Well, I had Marcellus Wiley on my show recently.
One of my other favorite people. His vocabulary. God, I love his vocabulary.
Well, he went to Columbia.
Yes.
He went to
And
a fucking Ivy
reminds
League.
you.
He will remind you that he went to Columbia.
Yes.
Not the greatest football school.
He's like Killer Mike. Like Killer Mike's vocabulary is phenomenal.
Right, along with Delia Hughley.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, he just comes from nowhere.
Right. I got to go check the dictionary after interviewing. So he has pissed a lot of people off by some of the things he said about Kaepernick. So I had him come to my show to double down.
Yes.
Because this is what I do. So there's the whole concept that Kaepernick is being blackballed from the NFL.
Whiteballed from the NFL.
Whiteballed. There you go. Now, Marcellus actually pointed out that Kaepernick had 4 potential NFL offers that he fumbled.
Then you have opportunities to go to 2 or 3 teams. You opt out of your deal. You got a chance to go to 2 teams after that. We know what happened with Seattle. Basically, you're going to have to service Russell Wilson and get our starter, Russell Wilson, right. You down with that? Nah, that's not how I roll. We know what happened in Baltimore. You're supposed to go to Baltimore, and they're working on it. Ray Lewis is over there working his magic with the owner, and Biscotti. What happens? Nessa fires off a tweet from Django, making Ray Lewis look like a coon, quote-unquote coon, and him as a slave owner, the owner. What? So now you've exhausted the 49er opportunity because you opted out. You had Denver on the hook for a reduced contract before all this. You messed up Baltimore. You messed up Seattle. 4 teams, but you blackballed. I don't know what the definition of blackballed is to y'all, but to me, it's when you have no opportunities because of conspiracy. It's not when I mess up a bunch of opportunities and then say nobody else wants to hire me. I think word gets out that you're messing them up and people want to just go a different direction.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with a football player.
Okay. And he broke some of them down. Like, for example, he's talking to the Miami Dolphins and he decides to wear a Castro shirt. And you know what the major population in Miami is. Cubans who hate Castro.
White Cubans.
Cubans in general.
White Cubans.
Come on, cut it out.
The reason I lived in Miami, I wondered, I said, why is it so racist here? Like, they came over on rafts. Like, why are they acting like that? It's not like...
Well, I mean, there was the boat lift and everything
right,
else.
Like
those were not just white Cubans. Those were
I also was on Miami Heat, and when we went to Guantanamo Bay, the refugees, Cubans, were finding places in America. The refugees from Haiti were being sent back. I watched it. I saw it personally. Okay. Never did I take that trick again. Didn't want to hear it. But, so the idea is that Castro used the slaves to overthrow. He used all of the lower levels to overthrow what was their situation. I'm telling you, I'm a history person, and I love Cuba, so I wanted to know where it was. So that's part of where the hate and the racism comes from, the lighter Cubans. So
okay,
just giving you truth and honesty.
Then there was, he was talking to Baltimore,
and he wore Ray Rice.
And then his girlfriend Nessa decides to post a picture. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't know about this? Okay, hold on. I'm about to show you something interesting. So he's talking to Baltimore about a QB position.
Mm-hmm.
Nessa turns around and posts this on her Twitter. Where she basically compares Ray Rice and the owner of Baltimore to Django and, to the Django characters. Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel Jackson. So those talks end, not surprisingly. And then there was like 2 other instances also that he pointed out.
Okay.
I'm just going to say this. He was talking to the Broncos, but he didn't want to take a pay cut. And he was also talking to the Seahawks, but he refused to tell the team that he's not going to kneel. So those are 4 opportunities.
Those are not 4 opportunities. first things first.
Potential opportunities.
That was the most unbelievable picture I had ever seen.
You've never seen that before.
I had never seen it, and man, did that cut deep.
Imagine if you're in negotiations for an NBA team,
And
your wife decides to go on social media and post that.
Yeah.
Imagine what that conversation is going to be like later that night.
I know, because wasn't Ray spoke against him kneeling?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost wore my Kaepernick shirt today.
Okay.
I seriously almost wore it, and I said I wear Mandela instead. I promise you, it's a red shirt with the silhouette, and it had number 7 with the afro.
Mm-hmm.
I think what Kaepernick has done is phenomenal. I think he is our modern day Tommie Smith, and I just think he's our modern day Muhammad Ali. He's our modern day 1968 boycott the Olympics. I think his stand and him not standing was an amazing was effective. I do. I think it was very effective because we're still talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
To take a pay cut, he's right. They were like, "Hey, let's give him this. If he wants to play, he'll play for this, not for what he's earned, not for what his market value is, because his market value now is even higher." But no team realized it. They were literally based everything in fear, because this is a guy you want to play. This is a guy, obviously, that can lead. This is a guy that doesn't mind stepping in the way of controversy. And the way he did it, he's an adopted kid that found himself, right? It makes people nervous. Makes people nervous when you're in Oakland and you're wearing an afro with a black leather jacket and you're not speaking what they want to hear you. They go back to that fear and that thought of Black Panther. He brought that back out.
Mm-hmm.
He brought awareness to black people. We're losing awareness, right? To the point where they were boycotting the NFL by not watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you boycott it. It's a good thing. It was cool, but not being entertained by all 95 other black guys or 99 other black guys on the field is not. Yo, a real boycott, or what would have, and hindsight 2020, if the players would have gotten together and every black player, American black player, decided we're not playing on Sunday, things would have changed.
Yeah.
But it takes a raindrop. It takes one raindrop before they look up and see that it's about to start raining. But there was no other. It was other raindrops, but we were still scattered in our
Right.
in our boycott, in our struggle.